I don't know if it's been a conscious effort. I think there's times where we're needing to pick the tempo up, and when you pick the tempo up, the motions go down. But yeah, I'm not sure what the numbers are.
Do you think you need to take more shots downfield to loosen things up in terms of teams blitzing you right now and just show them that, like, you can go over the top?
Maybe possibly. I mean, I love Nathaniel. I mean, he's one of my dearest friends in the league, and obviously a tough situation, but I think it speaks volume to the character that he has, and he wanted to stick around, be here for me, be here for Todd, support Todd. So it's a credit to the man that he is.
Aaron, the word of the week, it seems like, has been accountability. Everybody's been bringing that up. There needs to be more accountability in here. Like, what does that look like in your mind?
Well, I think we need to do everything we can to maximize this opportunity. You know, the idea of manifestation involves attention and intention, and then a word that goes along with that is accountability. You know, we need to be accountable to each other. When something like this happens, it's a reset for everybody. When you make a change on the offense, it's a mirror that's held up for all of us who played, and we all feel terrible about the opportunity that we had, that we squandered, that led to Robert getting fired and Hackett getting demoted. I play better. This doesn't happen. We play better on offense. This doesn't happen. So I think it puts a spotlight on us, and now it's on us to do this. You know, we need to be accountable to each other, and we got to raise the level of our play to the standard that we set during training camp.
When's the first whiff of Salah's removal that you got? Like, when did you first get wind of it?
Yeah, I was on the table getting treatment.
And someone called you, or?
Oh, it started as it was like a scene out of John Wick when he becomes excommunicado and everybody at the Continental gets a buzz on their phone. I think I said this on McAfee yesterday, but that's literally how it was. The phone starts buzzing, and you're faced with a reality.
How are you expecting this team to respond to all these changes, from the firing of the head coach to the motion?
What was the first part?
How are you expecting this team to respond?
Well, we got to lock arms and raise the level of our play. You know, I think it's spotlights on the players now. You can change coaches, but we're the ones out there on the field playing, so we got to play better. But we got to stick together and get behind Brick and move forward.
Are you expecting that?
Yeah.
What particularly has to change on offense? I mean, I know we talked about starts, we talked about, what needs to be better for you guys?
We got to run the ball better. I got to play better, and we got to be better on first, second down.
How are you feeling physically?
A little banged up, but a lot of rehab the last 3 days, and I feel a lot better.
We talked about, one of the reasons you came here was Robert. For them to make a change so quickly at 2 and 3, did you think that was too early? Did you think, he deserved more time, or just what's your general reaction to the timing of it and all that?
I mean, like I said yesterday, I've seen a lot in 20 years in the league, and it's a beautiful profession. It's a really tough business. So these decisions are part of it. It was, obviously the direction that Woody wanted to go, and all we can do now is get behind Brick and move forward.
When you spoke with Woody Monday night, did he ask you your opinion about anything that was going on with the offense, anything football related? I know he said he called you to check on you, but did he also, you're coming off of 2 losses, did he check in with you to see what you thought about the team at all?
No, he just asked me how I was doing, and we had some small talk, and then the conversation ended.
Did you, early in the year, I think it was after the first game, you talked about how you were embracing more pre-snap motion than you had earlier in your career, and then lately it seems like you haven't been using it as much. It's been kind of a talking point among media people that the Jets run a very stagnant offense. But could you just address that? Have you guys gone back to the static stuff, or?
I don't know if it's been a conscious effort. I think there's times where we're needing to pick the tempo up, and when you pick the tempo up, the motions go down. But yeah, I'm not sure what the numbers are.
Do you think you need to take more shots downfield to loosen things up in terms of teams blitzing you right now and just show them that, you can go over the top?
Maybe possibly. I mean, we got to pick up the pressures first. I got to deal the ball first. Once you do that, then you can have the time. But, we need to be on the same page. I think that's been the biggest thing. It's been a lot of 10 guys on the same page. Sometimes with me, sometimes been a back, sometimes receivers, sometimes offensive line. Just too many times. It's hard to win when only 10 guys are doing it right.
You and Nate obviously had your process for play calling and choosing plays and how you're going to do it at the line of scrimmage and all that stuff. Will that change much with Todd being the one sending the plays into you?
I don't think so, because he was in all those conversations. So it'll be a different voice on the headset, but I don't think the process during the week will change.
Have you seen anything? I mean, I know you're not always in meetings with Jeff, but have you seen something different in Jeff in the last couple of days? Obviously, with this, difference in his role.
Well, I'm not in the defensive meetings, but I think his two team meetings have been just right on brand for him, personality-wise. He played the game. He knows how to talk to the guys. Defensive guys have really enjoyed his meetings over the year, and the two that I've been a part of have been really good.
How different do the Bills look defensively without Poyer and Hyde back there at safety?
Yeah, I mean, those guys obviously played a lot together. The more you play together, the more trust you have for disguises and different things. It seems like Hamlin and Rapp are working it out. They both, they're not rookies. They've been around the league for a long time, both talented players. But it's, those guys are old heads. They've kind of seen it all. So they obviously have just a little deeper Rolodex of recall than those guys. But it's still, they're working on their disguises and they're holding their shell till the snap and doing a good job at that.
Aaron, you talked about, you mentioned if I had done this, if we had done. How much does that weigh on you as far as a responsibility for things that have happened?
Yeah, I take that very personally. That's what I can control. I have the ball in my hands every play. So obviously it's been on my mind with a heavy heart for the last few days for sure. Because just as in life, there's opportunities and choices and parallel universes with each choice you make or didn't make, and it's the same thing with this business. You make this throw, make that throw. You're sitting at 4-1. This isn't we're not here right now.
Couple more. Is it hard to, when you change midstream at play callers, is it hard to do like wholesale changes on offense? Is it more tweaking or?
You can't do it in a week. The only other experience, I have two basic experiences, 15 and 18. Not much changed right away. There's a little different personality sprinkled in, but if you want wholesale changes, it takes a lot of time.
Is there anything you can draw on from 18 when Mike got fired? I know it was later in the season, so it's a little bit different. Anything you could draw on that experience?
I mean, it was later in the season. Joe took over. We had 4 games left. We wanted to win them all for Joe. I remember that the sentiment was really banding together for Joe. Joe had been there previously, and in 2011 it had a super devastating death in the family that really shook up our team because we loved him so much. So to get him back after a stint in Miami was really special, and we all loved his leadership and his approach. And I think with deference and respect, you just have to do things a little bit differently. You have to make little subtle changes, whether it's schedule or meeting times or process of meeting or practice, just to rejuvenate, refocus, reset, and stimulate the guys in a new way. And I thought Joe did a nice job of that. We went 2-2. We beat the Cardinals. We lost to Chicago. I think we beat Atlanta, and then we lost in the final to Detroit. But we were knocked out of the playoffs after the loss to Chicago. So it was a lot different feel. This is 5 games in. We have 12 games left. We have everything right in front of us. Win this week puts us in a really good spot in our division. Winning division is the first entrance into the playoff format, and so there's a lot to play for.
What did it mean to have, after the news broke on Tuesday, what Woody and Christopher addressed the smaller group, the leadership group? What did it mean to see it, hear it from them like on a one-to-one basis?
Yeah, I thought that was important. You knew right away that the daily schedule was going to change. We had a 12:50 teams and quarterback meeting that we knew wasn't going to happen. So it kind of went into scramble mode with the schedule. So I think we all appreciate hearing that from Christopher and Woody. And then, to be able to adjust, and then for Brick to give us time in our position rooms to, just talk things out, I think was really important. So that was a good start, I think, to a really tough day for us as far as work. And then yesterday everybody probably got away and got to clear their minds, and today is about moving forward.